Coming up on Down Under EV Adventures, we're going to update my wife's Atto 3 to the latest version 1.8, and I have to say I'm still not going to update my one, and here's why. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. So I was going to do my 9-month review this episode, but I've changed my mind. I want to do a quick episode regarding the over-the-air updates, which I haven't really done too much information on so far on my channel. But anyway, if you own an Atto 3, you may have seen this screen here, which is the invitation to upgrade to the latest version, which is 1.8, and I haven't even upgraded to the previous version, so it looks like I'm unable to get the previous version. It's just going to upgrade me straight to the most recent one, should I choose to do it, which I'm not going to. Now, this episode will be a little bit of a rant about BYD and why I feel like their service and their over-the-air updates is not up to scratch. But don't get me wrong, I'm still enjoying my Atto 3 and I plan to keep it for quite a while. I do like it, but I just want to, in this episode, to do some of the shortfalls that BYD have. So they're definitely not a perfect company, and you know, they've got a lot of work to do, I think, before they can say that they're really, you know, nailing the software and the updates and so on. So anyway, this morning my wife told me that, you know, her screen has come up with this and she wanted to upgrade, and she had a bit of time before work this morning, so I thought, you know, why don't we do the update this morning and just have a quick look at it. And you know, I was hoping that the sounds on the car, you know, might have changed, might have gone back to something resembling sanity, like on my current version, which is a lot more subtle and refined in how an EV should be. But I digress. Let's go and have a look at my wife's car, Eris. We're going to have a look at the update now. So this is my wife's Atto, and she is running the 1.8, but I believe she's got a software update coming up, and I'm keen to see if the changes are better than the 1.8. because then I can upgrade my car. So let's have a look what it says regarding the software update. So let's have a look here. So looks like she's scheduled it for the 14th of August, so we can cancel that. Checking the software version, and if well, for some reason it's not doing an update when I press that. But normally, so what happens is when you turn off the car, it asks you if you want to update it. So that's how these over-the-air updates work with BYD. So if I turn the car off now, oh no, here we go. So that's what happens when you turn off the car. It's saying now it's gonna take 73 minutes. So I'll click upgrade. During the upgrade process, the vehicle will not be able to drive. Please confirm. So I'll put yes. And this is what it looks like, the screen there. So like I said, Eris has already done one upgrade already on hers. And you can see something's coming up on the screen. Oh, look at that. So something's coming up on the screen here. Now, Eris's car is not plugged in, but there's plenty of charge. I know she's got well over 60%, 70%. So here we go. Now we can leave this, and then we'll come back later and have a look. And it'll probably take a while to work out exactly what's been upgraded, but I hope that some of the sounds have been upgraded, because as people know if they've watched some of the videos, I wasn't a fan of the sounds, which is why I'm still running version, I think it's 1.7 or even 1.6 on mine. I'll have to have a look. So the update ends up being a little bit quicker, and it actually only took just under an hour to upgrade. So let's go back and have a look at it. Well, at least I didn't think it would be ready. it looks like it might be. So the car's been upgraded to version 1.8. Now, that's the privacy policy, which I suppose you've got to agree on. The user agreement. Does anybody ever read these things? The software has now been updated. Unfortunately, I have to say, I don't believe still got the horrible noises. So no upgrade to the noises. We've still got those horrible reversing sensors as well. So I don't think I will be upgrading my car anytime soon. Happy to keep it on there. Now there's a lane keeping thing here which has come on. I wonder if that's now permanently on for my wife. I wonder if you actually have to go into the ADAS. So I'm going to leave it to my wife and she can let me know why there's this symbol on there now, and there doesn't appear to be any way to remove it. So I'm not sure I like that either. This one is definitely not it. That's the one which keeps you centered. That's like the lane centering. There's nothing else I can press here. That's to disable the parking sensors. That's the blind spot warning, which is fine to be on. So it looks like we've got ourselves some sort of icon. We'll have to do some more investigation on that. So if you haven't upgraded yet and you don't want that, or if you have upgraded and you know what it is, maybe you can let us know. And in the meantime, my wife is going to drive this today and let me know if it causes any issues for her. I suspect it's probably going to be alright going around town, but could be an issue on a longer trip. Just to show you that BYD seriously need to get some help in how to deliver customer service. They really need help. This is the manual. I've just jumped online to have a look to see if I can work out what these icons here are for. No, I can't find any videos on them. Now you can see here, this icon here, this is that lane centering one I told you about. This is the icon here which is now coming up permanently, which looks to me like some sort of lane keeping. Now there's no number corresponding to it here. I thought at first this number 4 was referring to it, but no, the number 4 is referring to the charge here if you go down. So you can see the number 4 state of charge. So there's no number corresponding to it, and I thought, well, that's okay, we'll keep looking down. Here we go, there's a whole bunch of icons here. So let's have a look here. So the only one that looks like it, actually there's a couple that look like it. Well, there's this one here with the steering wheel in the middle, and this is called a traffic jam assistant indicator. No, it's not a traffic jam assistant. Really? No, that's lane centering. Why is it called traffic jam assistant? Have they changed something since my one? That's never been that as far as I'm aware. What the hell is a traffic jam assistant? Now, is there any icon that looks like the one that's here? Or for that matter, this one to the right here, which I've also never seen. It's possibly some sort of warning, collision warning, I don't know. But do you think I can find this one here? No. Absolutely not even there. So I went down a bit further. I mean, these are different coloured lights, but I thought, oh, maybe they've put it there by mistake. Nope. So yeah, well done BYD. Really not very good. This is from the actual owner's manual. I know it's an old owner's manual, but they don't even have an explanation of what some of these icons are. I mean, not good enough, BYD. Not good enough. Full search on the BYD handbook, on the 2024 BYD Atto 3 handbook. These are the top 2 links which have come up. The first link it takes you to the one I've just been looking at, the 2022 handbook. So that's not very good. The second link here takes you to the BYD website, the Australian one mind you, and all it is a bot assistant. So you can't actually download the handbook either. And then it just gives you a whole bunch of contact details. Yeah, not good enough, BYD. And this is why BYD is going to struggle in the next few years unless it gets its act together. This support for these sort of updates and things you need to work out, how are you supposed to work it out if you can't do it? Then we go down here, BYD manual. This is BYD Europe. Okay, this is the European one. Alright, so we've got a whole bunch of owner's manuals in different language. So let's try here the English version right-hand drive, which is obviously for Australia. Right, here we go. Owner's manual right-hand drive. Okay, so we've got an owner's manual similar to the other one. Let's have a look and see if there's anything on here. Dashboard panels on page 11 by the looks of it. Alright, and you know what we've got here? We've got exactly the same as in the other handbook. So a bunch of useless information. Traffic jam indicator. Traffic jam assistant indicator. And absolutely nothing. So that's a total fail for BYD in my opinion, and just not good enough. They really need to lift their game here. My wife's going to check when she's driving around. I suspect there's probably going to be no issues driving around town, but perhaps on a long trip that could be problematic. And I think until I know what that is, I won't be upgrading my Atto 3. It's just not good enough. You should have this information. If you want to get people to upgrade, they need to know in a clear and simple manner. I'm not even going to look at the Hong Kong manual. I suspect it's just going to be all the same, but with Chinese characters. You know, forget it. No upgrade for me as well, and that's why I'm not upgrading my car. So just so you're aware of it out there. It's a shame because some of the features I believe are quite good. I prefer to know what's going on with my car. Okay, so where does this leave us? Well, I'll explain here. So I wasn't particularly happy about that this morning. I think there should be a little bit more transparent and a better transfer of information. And I mean, Tesla, for all its faults, because it's not a perfect company either, they generally do the software upgrades pretty good. People tend to know what's going on with them, and you know, they don't seem to have as many issues. So, you know, and personally, the sounds are a lot better on a Tesla. It's a lot more refined and quiet. And that's how EVs should be. They shouldn't have all these stupid bingy bongy noises. So a quick recap, this is what the screen looks like, and it will usually come up when you turn off the car, and then you can go ahead and update it as I showed you before with my wife's car. So if you were quite happy to do the update, that's how you do it. So just a little bit of instant feedback. So my wife came home at lunch and she just said so far she's had no issues with driving the vehicle around town, but of course the two areas of concern would be on a long trip if there was some way you couldn't disable it and if it was problematic. Like I said, I don't know what that logo is or what it's for, the icon I should say. And of course the other issue is the sounds, which I won't go and complain anymore about today because I think my views are pretty clear on that. Suffice to say, it would be very easy for BYD to include in their menu many things, such as a range of things or options to choose from, which, you know, would keep everyone happy then. So yeah, that's basically the instant feedback. When I've got a bit of time, I'll try and delve into the menu on my wife's car and have a look and see if there's any features I can share with you what they are. I've had a look online myself and I can't really find much. I did find one thing regarding the ADAS, which you could disable in the menu. However, I don't know how permanent it is. I'd be very surprised if you could disable some of those problematic things, you know, like the lane keeping, and they would be permanent. Normally you have to go into the menu every time and do it. Alright, anyway, but that's it for today. I think I've said enough. Stay tuned for that 9-month review, sneak preview. I still love the car and I plan to keep it for a while, the software issues notwithstanding. So that's it. Take care on the road, watch out for those trucks, and we'll see you very soon. Bye for now.